Welcome to the NFA Podcast, your weekly podcast where we bring you all the news and market insights on emerging tech, including AI, crypto, and all the other stuff that you need to not make financial decisions, because we are not financial advice. That's what NFA stands for. It also stands for niche, frackers, and anyone else listening. So welcome to the show. Let's get going.
The news, let's start with that.
So this Clarity Act, this has been ongoing for, I don't know how long now. I want to say October, whenever Trump came into office. There's been arguments between banks and stablecoin yield providers, because the main issue here is that the banks do not want crypto users to benefit from higher interest percentage than the banks could be able to give them. And this is actually quoted from Brian Armstrong, Coinbase CEO. He recently interviewed on CNBC, and he basically said that as an American country, we need to push forward. We've always been at the forefront of innovation, and for the first time, we're taking a step back. And he even pointed out China, saying that China already does this for their citizens. However, in the U.S., banks basically run the economy, and it is the sole reason that this Clarity Act is unable to pass, because they want to argue with their interest percentage being higher than anything that crypto could yield, which makes sense on the banking side. However, for the people, which is what Brian Armstrong said as well, for the people, this isn't beneficial. That's us. That's me and you.
You know, I would love to have an opinion about this. And then I realized, this is way above my pay grade, because I also understand the necessity of economic stability and a stable banking system.
Yeah.
I'm sure the banks want to defend their position and just don't want any competition. I mean, clearly. On the
Definitely.
other hand, you have to wonder, on the other hand, you do have to wonder about stable coins having this high yield. How the hell do they generate such a high yield? Is it really there? Is it a Ponzi scheme partly?
They have less overhead, right? So look at how much a bank is spending.
True.
Exactly. Yeah. Everything's so much faster. They're not depending on someone sitting behind a teller approving every transaction. I don't know. It's just a mess with the banking infrastructure. But that being said, they finally found middle ground, and it is set to launch in April. That's such an indicator of it being a bear market, which contradicts everything that we've been talking about. But yeah, it is one of those indicators. So maybe it's time to just accept the fact that we're not going to make it.
I hate it when facts conflict with our stories. I don't like it when reality conflicts with my vision of the world. I think it's offensive. I take offense.
You don't like not being right?
No, I don't like being proven. Exactly. I don't like being proven wrong by facts and reality. No.
Oh.
I was really thinking it's going to bounce back. I'm so glad we don't predict the price of next week, because not only is it not relevant, the question is more, what do you do when it goes up or down? How would you do something? Yeah. Number one question I'm getting now still from people is, what do I do now? Do I hold on to crypto that I have? Other people are asking, should I get in crypto now because it's low? And then the third question is, I have this in crypto, should I roll over into? So if I have altcoin, should I move more into Bitcoin? If they have Bitcoin, they're saying, is this moment to roll over into altcoins because Solana has dropped so much, whatever. And on all three questions, here's what I got. Nothing. Not only do I not give advice, I really don't know.
No one knows. Yeah, and we talk about this every week. I would suggest for everyone that's asking, just set your own price targets. That's it. What are you going to do if it touches 60 again? And what are you going to do if it bounces up?
You're totally right. Down? You are totally right. But I do understand that people want to know, is this the moment? Everybody wants to know the lowest moment in the market and the highest moment, right? So I do understand that that's what they're looking for in the news. And that's what you want to know. You just want to know, do I have to buy? And
everyone just wants to make their money, right? But the best investors did not get rich off of timing the market.
No, just by structurally having a sound investment strategy. Yeah, it's probably not crypto. All right, I got a news item. Listen to this. You probably heard, it's a really sad story. Unfortunately, last week I had the Epstein thing, and then the thing about Savannah Guthrie's mother being abducted in the US, and a guy asking for ransom in Bitcoin. You may have heard that. She is one of the popular morning shows hosts, and her mom was abducted, kidnapped, and kidnapper or kidnappers are asking for ransom in Bitcoin. The interesting thing is they found more information, which is good, but listen how they found it. Savannah Guthrie's mom did not have a subscription on Nest Cam, but she did have a Nest camera. However, the FBI has been able to go into Google and found data and footage of her being kidnapped because of residual data being stored on Google servers, even though she didn't pay for that service. And specifically, that should mean the data is not being backed up on Google. So now it turns out, because of this case, privacy people are going, what the is going on? Because she didn't have a subscription. How is the data being transmitted to Google and stored? And Google calls it some residual data and all these key, PR words around bullshit.
But,
basically.
it takes $1 to hack people's cameras, like nanny cams, dog cams.
Yeah, but this
like
is
that.
different, right? This is Google doing it. You're supposedly, when you don't take the
how do you
subscription,
know
they're
that
not
someone
supposed
has
to back
not?
up.
What if someone
That
else
Google
has
hasn't hacked you and then put it on Google? That would be nice. Yeah. A hacker placed it on Google. Now it's clear that the Google will have to come out and explain how this could happen. It's great in this case because it hopefully, one, it shows that she was kidnapped, so they can look for a suspect and everything, and it's not an accident or anything. So that's great for this horrific case. But the fact that the camera was linked to Google when it wasn't supposed to, that is really, really scary, I think. But
that's terrifying.
Yeah, I know. And so think of it when you have, and Ring had another similar issue, so it keeps going on. We go back to your news. I see that you have something about Senator Elizabeth Warren.
Yes, let me open this. So Elizabeth Warren asked the Treasury Department and the Federal Reserve to confirm that they will not use taxpayer dollars to bail out cryptocurrency billionaires and other highly leveraged cryptocurrency investors. This came after Bitcoin slid about 50% since hitting its all-time high in October. But I just think it's quite funny because we talked about this for AI companies, and now it's like the bar has just been, like the line has been drawn. We are not going to bail out cryptocurrency investors.
But she's asking for some kind of commitment that they will not bail out the crypto peoples. Yeah, good for her. That also sounds a little bit like going into resistance after the war, which is a Dutch expression I really like. She was really strong in the resistance after the war. Because, if you don't have enough votes, it doesn't really matter. Like, you're doing this for PR and everything, because right now the Republicans own the U.S. Until the midterms. Yeah. So it's great that a Democratic senator will
feels
do this.
Like she has.
Yeah, she's doing this more for the. But what I really don't like about her is I've seen everything she said about crypto in the past years, and it's completely one-sided. Nothing she says is entirely wrong, but she just doesn't mention the positive things. And I don't like those kind of politicians that when there's a sensitive issue, you only highlight the parts that play into your electoral base.
But politicians are usually really good at spinning stories to suit their needs. I think that's a skill set that every politician has, or they develop.
Yeah, there's a new one. That's not really politicians, but a skill set about deflecting a story. Have you heard about the Chinese AI app called ByteDance 2.0? It's rocking Hollywood, but not in a good way. So basically, it's an app that allows idiots like me to make really high-end VFX, great graphic effects, and to produce like great, wonderful cinematic effects that normally would cost a fortune. The question, of course, is where they got the training data. How did they do it? Did they get it from other data, from copyrighted data? Yeah, I mean, they didn't make it from scratch, clearly. But the lawsuits are coming, and it's really Hollywood versus China now. And this is, by the way, not just some startup that created it, but this is an app launched by ByteDance, the owners of TikTok. So I wonder how that's going to play out.
China's really like miles ahead in the race of technology when it comes to the world. As much as the U.S. wants to win, I don't even think they're getting close.
I don't think that China is ahead. I think China is looking at the application layer. They're doing things that Western countries and Western developers don't seem to think of. If you know what I mean? So like TikTok, or I'll give another example. You probably saw this video of this girl, Chinese girl, selling something, and she's like this 1 second, this live shopping that goes 1 second new product.
Yeah.
There's a new one where you see her just standing there. There's a girl standing. She doesn't move her lips. She just stands. The next product comes. Next product comes. And then you see the off-screen monitor, and they overlay her face with an AI that her lips are moving and with someone else's voice. So she's actually, it looks like she's talking when you see the feed. But in reality, she's just standing still, just going like this, like, and she's not even moving her lips. And you saw the video, and it looks like she's really doing it. And the next step, you can just see it like it won't be a real person anymore. But so they use a real person and they animate her face and her voice. Maybe she didn't have the right voice, but I just find that scary when it's a mix of reality and AI. I don't mind if it's really AI. Like at Tracer, we have Tracy, the talking rabbit, same thing. But fully AI.
Full
not
AI.
Like,
So it's
I wanted to make, I wanted to turn you into a rabbit, but somehow people thought it would not be correct or something. I don't know. I said, I would love you. Here's Niche.
Welcome to Tracer.
Welcome to Tracer. And then, and then make your voice really low. No, I don't know, but there's something weird about this mix of real, for me, I mean, and maybe that's my age showing, right? Don't you find it more weird when there's a real person that's standing there and that she's not good enough at something and it just replaces her voice and her lips?
It's just so trippy, right? But that's what they did with that influencer Cubby, right? That one.
Oh, tell me.
So he basically signed a deal for almost $1 billion for this agency to be able to use his persona in AI. So he does not need to work anymore. He does not need to do anything. He signed $1 billion deal, and this company now owns his digital twin.
Be so weird. I mean, I just can't imagine what they're gonna make you do. I'm already offended when you have a dream about me being on snow boots in a forest.
Yeah, but now he can speak whatever languages, and he can access whatever audience. He can speak Mandarin, Italian, you name it. But one thing that China, I think what really puts them into a different league altogether is that they're very socialist. So if you remember what was it like last year? Let me tell you. So
how's China? China socialist, leaning communist, you mean?
No, in a positive way here, because you remember when the president basically had all of the founders come into that meeting from Alibaba and all these leading tech firms, even people that were ostracized, and that meeting, I think, really has supercharged China's tech game, and I feel like it was a clear message to send to the rest of the world of what they're doing. And America has taken that very seriously, with Trump even referring to the race between the US and China quite frequently. And, he keeps saying if the US wants to win the race
Trump
against
is right
China,
in that, right? But he's right in that, right? I mean, there is a race between the US and China, and Europe is somewhere running a different race. I don't know which race it is, but they're in a different
maybe
competition.
a different sport.
Yeah.
They're like playing baseball or something. But what I lost my train of thought. Did you see that video? Did you see the video of Narendra Modi with all the AI leaders? And he basically takes their hand and he pulls it up, and it's just so awkward. It's so awkward. I had like a major secondhand embarrassment.
It's hard to watch. It's so they're standing. You mean that prime minister? What do you call him? I'm sorry, it's Prime Minister
Modi. Yeah.
Modi, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. And then because the CEO of Anthropic is there, Dario Amodei, and then Sam Altman, the CEO and founder of OpenAI, and they have to hold hands, and they're all doing this whole like, oh, we're saving the world together. And Amodei and Altman just refuse to hold each other's hand. Yeah, they don't even look at each other. Look at Altman being all, oh my God.
Just so
you know what? Why I worry about this niche? We know, again, this could be my age showing that I worry more. I'm a worrier now. These people are in charge of the future of society, according to themselves. And they cannot even hold hands while they're on stage.
So
yet
this
these people
is
are
what I'm
supposed to be our
trying
tech
to get
leaders.
to. why I feel like China's miles ahead in this tech race is because of that socialist mentality. It's that togetherness, that we're going to set our differences aside for the greater good. Whereas Sam Altman and this man can't even put their differences aside for the public-facing appearance.
No.
It's so childish. So imagine how inflated these people's egos are, where you want to think that they're working towards the greater good, but they're not. They're working against the race with each other.
So it's a weird moment in time that you think that these people are determining the future of society and the world, that cannot even touch each other's hand or look at each other. This part I find even scary when
It's so awkward. Like it's actually
Halloween.
so awkward. You know, I think we need to put the link of that video in the bio this time of the show notes.
Yeah, I will, and I'll also probably overlay it over my own head in the edit. I'll find it because I had a link to it. You know, you could go to Halloween this year. That would be great. This year, you go to Halloween. You go with your buddy. You stand next to each other. You kind of go like this. And everybody will be, it's you as Sam Altman and Dario Amodei of Anthropic on stage with the Indian Prime Minister. It would be even better if you get an Indian guy to stand next to you. And then the two of you go.
Yeah.
That it is unbelievable, but it's funny. But I seriously think it's frightening that these people have such powerful positions.
It is. But what can you do? All you can do is laugh about it. Because really, what can you do?
Yeah. Yeah, it's well, you could move to an island. I mean, some people have done
like
that.
Bali.
I just think whatever. You just like, whew, let it go. All right. I have some other news here. Yeah. At this point,
I feel like I trust China more with AI than I do the US. And that is scary.
No, I would never trust China more than the US. I'm so pro-America.
I know. I love America, but I'm telling you that AI products out of China are phenomenal. They are.
I know. Okay, in terms of products, but you don't want to cross the street and get a ticket for jaywalking, and it deducts 4 points of your 100-point score, and you go to prison if you go below 101.
Of course not. But that's what Palantir is creating for the world leaders anyway.
Well, I was thinking about a company that I think has amazing technology, and then a very odd CEO saying really weird things the moment he talks about the world. I love him when he talks about the product. I really think that guy is amazing, Carp. But when he talks about his world vision, you really think,
it's troubling.
Stay in your lane.
It's really troubling.
It's troubling.
But the problem is that he is speaking to the world leaders, right? He's already speaking with all the attendees at Davos, all of those meetings.
Peter Thiel, famous backer of Facebook, founder of PayPal, which he sold to eBay. He and Palmer Luckey, the guy who basically not invented VR, but built the first really popular VR headset. They just got a bank charter for their bank, Erebor Bank. And it's the first recipient of a national bank charter under the current presidential administration. And I found that interesting, and it hardly got any news, and it didn't do anything for the crypto market. It's like a recurring theme I have, like my frustration that this is really interesting. These are two really incredible entrepreneurs. Whatever people might think politically again about Peter Thiel, as an investor and as an entrepreneur, absolute top of the top. Like, I couldn't mention anyone. He's in the level of Musk in terms of, and again, people get angry when I say those things. That has nothing to do with what I think of them politically. Just I can judge their performance as entrepreneurs and investors. It's amazing. And they get a bank charter, and it will be a very crypto-friendly bank, I think. However, nothing happened. It was, again, a news item that I then thought was really important that no one cared about. It's like now becoming the story of my life this year.
They're waiting for the Clarity Act.
That's it. Waiting for the Clarity Act. You and your Clarity Act. I hope you're right. And do you have another news item? Because I had a very big one, another AI news item, and it related to hot dogs.
What is yours?
So, it's a great BBC journalist. His name is Thomas Germain, and he invented something that he calls a renaissance for spam, as if we needed a renaissance for it. But he basically, in 20 minutes, managed to trick ChatGPT and Google's AI and Gemini into making them believe that he is a hot dog he is a hot dog eating record setting tech journalist. So he is the number one hot dog eating tech journalist in the world. And I tested it and it's true. And he just was able to completely screw over the AI and basically program it with crap, and proving that other companies are doing it in a new type of spam, just feeding the LLMs with an enormous amount of misinformation. And this is really, really scary. Really scary.
Let me tell you. Okay, so I work in marketing. Okay, I love this topic. I work in marketing, been in marketing since 2013, crypto marketing since 2020. Like, really know the industry. AI comes in, everyone's like, how do we get indexed by LLMs? The amount of emails I receive for SEO for LLMs, insane. So I started doing my own research, and I said, I asked Gemini what LLMs use as sources. So Reddit, blogs, so on. All of a sudden, our marketing has completely flipped for Writer to target these LLMs in a neutral manner. So that's why we're doing more blogs. We have a Reddit now. We're posting on X. Did you know Gemini indexes hashtags on Instagram?
No, I didn't.
Well, there you go. You can do this in-house. Obviously, please be responsible with this information that I'm giving here. But it's so easy to now have your company indexed by LLMs through these methods.
And also then to give them misinformation and that they don't seem to double check or verify anything, and they just spew it out as if it's true. That's the scary part, right?
Exactly. When this is used for good, it's great. It works really well. But when it's used for harm, this is where you have a problem. But I use this analogy this little story all the time, this anecdote. When I was getting my master's, we would do a lot of research projects, and our entire course was evidence-based research. A lot of my classmates would use AI for their assignments. I would never touch AI because I knew that I could not trust it. And sure enough, every time they used AI, even if you upload the journal article, the tier 1 Q1 journal article into ChatGPT, it'll still give you the wrong citation, the wrong date, and infer information from nowhere. So when you're sourcing ChatGPT for information, please be careful. I'm telling you, you're not getting the right information. Do your research, go in, don't be lazy.
I have a colleague that always says that, but I don't believe him. So
I
believe you. Okay, let's move on to markets. I have some wonderful news with the crypto market overview. No, here's what happened. So let's go back a little bit in time. 7 weeks ago, we looked at this, and the crypto market was still over 3 trillion. Right now, it's at 2.31, so 2.31 trillion. That's more than 800, 700, almost 800 billion just lost, just gone. And the fear and greed index is on a scale of 0 being extreme fear, extreme greed being 100, is at 12. And the altcoin season index is at 33, which is not as bad. An altcoin season index means that there are 33 of the top 100 tokens that over the past 6 months did better than Bitcoin. That's all it means, which means Bitcoin outperformed them, outperformed 66 of them over the last 6 months. And I find that so worrying because Bitcoin has been pretty much halved, right? Since the all-time high, like you just said.
Yeah.
So it's like I'm reading the weather forecast and I'm basically saying, tomorrow, shitty weather again. I mean, it's like every week when we do this, there's no good news. But I do notice this crypto market cap just dwindling, really. 2.31 trillion is not nothing, but if it was 3.5, this is sizable chunks just being eaten out of the market cap. And what I'm asking you is, if this, let me put it this way: if this would happen in the tech world, in the tech stocks or in S&P 500 stocks, traditional stocks, TradFi chat guy here would be freaking out. So how is DJ and Nisha taking this?
I'm also freaking out, but this is now my
so well.
I know, because it's like my 4th bear market. You know, I think I've kind of gotten accustomed to understanding when news comes out and it doesn't have a price impact, it's probably a good time to sell. Not financial advice. Do your own strategy, but but I sold the majority of my personal holdings. This was back in October, which I told you. And
Yeah.
I still hold a huge chunk of Solana, which is concerning. But now I don't even know. I don't know what to do with that. So don't ask me. I don't know. But I guess for everything else, all you can do is hope. And let's be real, though. I don't think that a catalyst is going to come along and shake this up the way that we expect it to. It's also the 4-year cycle has come to an end as of March. So next month or in 10 days. And so if that's the theory, then we really are in a bear market. And as we get closer to March, my sentiment has also changed to just accepting the fact that we are probably going to go lower. I think that we definitely peaked.
You know what I think? What you're really saying is, this is not this Indian girl's first rodeo. That's sort of what it sounds like. You're so calm, like, I sold in
It's
October.
okay.
It's not.
It'll go up, and it'll give me 10 years, and then come back to this.
There's no
You know what it
positive
is?
news.
I think in this current stage of the market, all you can do is set your targets, right? I say this almost every episode: dollar cost average in or out. That's your only way. If you're new to crypto, it was worse last time. And to be honest, look, it's been 4 years since then. It's been 4 years since the FTX. No, 3 years since the FTX collapse. And
Full
well,
disclosure here. Talk about markets. The Bush Khalifa coin, whatever that was last week, that thing that went, whoop,
I
I
tell
don't want to
no
know.
one. I do not want to be responsible for anyone losing money. Like, if I lose money, it's okay. I signed up for this.
Totally. Fully agree. But now let me ask you this question. If you would be me and you're going back to Europe and you see your cousins, nephews, nieces, and then they ask you for the allocation of portfolio. So they're saving a month a few hundred each. How much did they can set aside to invest? How much would you put in savings? How much would you put in crypto, and how much in other assets, maybe stocks or real estate? Do you have, or do you say basically don't do anything, just hold it in cash? Warren Buffett right now, not buying anything.
I'm
Difficult,
doing that. I'm doing that right now. I'm not buying anything.
Yeah.
But then again, I also don't have the financial literacy that a lot of people are blessed with. So I'm still learning on the fly. So don't follow me.
Well, it looks like Warren Buffett's been following your advice. Warren Nishi Buffett. A lot of people have told him, you're like Niche. I'm sure he hears that all the time.
That would be hilarious. He'd be like, huh?
So you're niching it, really? Warren, you are niching it, Mr. Buffett?
I'm going to email him. Can you please stop copying me or give me credit for my strategy?
Mr. Buffett, please stop copy trading me. Kind regards, Dr. Nisheta Sachdev. So, laugh so loud at my own joke.
Well, jokes aside, the way that I would break apart the portfolio, and this is kind of what I've done now. The majority of my holdings are in savings. I'm not touching them. About 30% of that is for me to play around with, and I'm splitting that across various cryptos and different asset classes, and that's kind of how I'm spread. But the majority being in a stable yield generating bank account, for example, just something safe.
That's a great answer, but it's not financial advice.
No, absolutely not.
You're supposed to pick me up, but this is like when I do like this, that will be like your hint to go. I know it's your natural instinct to go. No, your natural instinct is to go, but this time it's the one where you go, yeah.
Yeah, definitely. Okay. It's not financial advice.
Moving on to the trading competition. Can you explain to we have a lot of new listeners and viewers these days, which is nice to see. Thank you all. What is the trading competition? I really got that question. It's a good question.
Oh, I was looking at 2025. I was so confused. I was like, where's the rest of my holdings? Okay, so our trading
The
competition.
other tab. Yeah.
Yeah, we
Sorry.
started fresh this year. And we basically start with $100 and we try and see if we can make it to $1 million by the end of the year. Last year,
Well, I guess the trading competition has different rules for different people.
last year we made it to $126, and this year I'm at 90, and Frackers is sitting at 119.99, so just under 120. As you can see, we have very different strategies. So do you want to maybe start with yours?
Yeah, so the goal, just to be clear, of niche I learn now is to get to 1 million. I was trying to beat her, hence the word competition. And then in the end, it was just me holding on for dear life. Last year, it took us 7 months. I think I got to 26% up, and you were in 7 months. You were up. How much was it again? Sorry, niche 40? More?
I think so.
How much?
Here, let
More
me
than
check.
40. But anyway.
Yeah,
Oh, I can see it.
149. So just about 50.
Oh, 50%. There you go. No wonder I blocked it out of my memory. So I started already on January 1st, and Niche joined like 14 days later, like, oh, we're recording the podcast. I should buy something. Some people do their homework or have a life, and I was just bored. I was going January 1st. I was really like, oh, what am I going to do today? I'm not working. Oh, let me do the trading competitions. This is really what happened. So I spread between crypto and tech stocks, where the crypto clearly I know less about than tech stocks, I think. But it really shows in my portfolio. Do my own portfolio first, really quick. I put $18, or 18% of the $100 in Tracer, our own project, and the one I'm a co-founder of, which has gone up 158%. And the reason for that, we have to explain, just full disclosure, is it was listed on MEXC on December 9th. And then what happens often in crypto, it spikes first and then takes an enormous drop and people start profit taking. And then slowly the token builds the price again if you have a real token, a real project, like we think we do. So it's definitely climbing, but it's still down from the all-time high. But for this year, since I started January 1st, my $18 is now $47. So that's nice. But then Bitcoin is down 23%, Ethereum down 35%, Solana down 34%. And then my tech stocks, which were supposed to be my safe haven, Amazon down 10%, Broadcom down 4%, Nvidia stable, no change. And then it's basically the Dutch company saving me. Tracer, Dutch, French, Singaporean initiative, based in the UAE. And ASML, the Dutch chip makers, factory, whatever.
Your
chip machine
copper
maker.
up.
Well, my copper is up 1.5%. My other hedge. But ASML, hey, seriously, 25% up this year in 8 weeks, in 7 weeks, 25%. ASML out of Veldhoven, the Netherlands. Again, wonderful book by Mark Hiink about it, how that company started. It's a Philips spinoff that is now worth 20 times more than Philips. Just always have to.
What I enjoy about this trading competition is that it's proof to really diversify your asset classes. Because what I do is I stick to crypto and just purely gamble some funds and hold the rest in Bitcoin, Ether, and Solana and Tracer. So at the start of mine, I broke that down into $30 in Solana, $30 in Bitcoin, $30 in Ether, and $10 in Tracer. Currently, I am down 21.9%. I'm down 21.9% on my Bitcoin. I'm down 34.42% on my ETH. I'm up 158.38% on my Tracer. And for Solana, this is special because, like I said, I traded a little bit on Pump Fund. So I've actually ended up making about a 300%, but I'm still down overall by 31%.
Yeah, but no,
on
Solana itself, but on Solana, but overall, it leaves you at?
Sorry, the fan. Okay, yeah. So it leaves me at $90, which is a negative 10%.
No, 91. 91, it's 90.91, so we rounded off at 91. I'll give you 9%. That. So you're 9% down, which is still, considering you have everything in crypto, that is still amazing. You were only down 9%. Seriously.
Yeah.
Don't you think? I find that so amazing.
It was the Burj Khalifa token. That's the one.
But then you look, if I should summarize it. My crypto holdings, yeah, it's not even funny. I'm basically down on everything. Like I'm $4 down on Bitcoin.
We have the same Bitcoin, Ether, and Solana tokens. So yeah, we're pretty much
I bought a little bit earlier than you, and you can tell that too. I bought 2 weeks earlier, which also shows. Therefore, my drop is higher than yours. That's the worst part. We have different purchase prices.
Yeah.
Well, on that happy note, look forward to thank you for watching and listening. Thank you so much for spending time with us, hearing us cry, weep, and then just me. That will be me, and then Nish just going.
It's fine. We're okay.
I'm all cash. I don't care. That's you. And I'm just going. Me. This is me. So. Anyway, that's the thumbnail. Exactly. That's the thumbnail. Me going. No, but it is really. That's really the situation we're in. I can tell that you are very calm about it, which I really, I respect that. I wish I had that. But I feel sorry for other people that I do think I sort of got into crypto. I think that's what it is. I think I got them enthusiastic at just the wrong time. If you know what I mean?
Yeah. But you can never time the markets, you know. I think a lot of people have followed my journey into crypto as well. And as I've dropped out of school 6 months ago, you know, a lot of my classmates are looking at me as the smart one. And now that crypto is going down, I'm so curious what their sentiment is. So I'm probably going to
cut you out of the WhatsApp groups. That should tell you enough. You're not in it anymore. It's like that loser. Remember that chick that went into crypto and stopped being a doctor?
Actually, I'm still there.
What?
I think it's just so that they can probably just make fun of me now. But either way, I'll go see them and let them do it in person.
All right, thanks so much for watching and listening, and we'll see you next week.
See ya.
You don't think defense?
No, you already did it. Thank you. I appreciate your time.